Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm really glad you're here and I hope you find some videos that are helpful to you guys and that you really enjoy watching. And for those of you who have been like subscribers of mine forever, I'm like so grateful to you guys for coming back here day in and day out and watching things that I have to put up for you guys. I really enjoy doing this. Hey guys, okay, go ahead and clip your hair out of your face or whatever it is that you do to get comfortable before putting on makeup. Okay, then the first thing that I like to do is I always put on a primer. I use the MAC Face Protect Protection Visage SPF 50, and the reason for this is because I have really oily skin, and without this I'm literally blotting away like 50 times a day. So go ahead and put this on if you have oily skin, or if you don't. Like, the thing is, most primers are sold saying that it's better because your makeup sticks to your primer and it doesn't go into your pores, so it's better for your skin and it helps the makeup stay on longer. I don't think this helps my makeup stay on longer. I just think that it like stops me from having to blot. So if you don't have oily skin, I wouldn't say that a primer is a necessity, but that's totally up to you. So I just take a little bit like that and put it on like all the areas of my face that get oily. Make sure that you have moisturized your face and that your face has been washed, because makeup just does not look as good on a face that hasn't been washed newly. Like, if you put it on top of existing stuff, it just tends not to look as good, in my experience. I really rub this all over my face. It's not that like the corners of my forehead and stuff get oily, but I just like to be sure. Then what I like to do, my lips get pretty dry around this time, so I always use a lip hydrant. I'm using the one by MAC. It's called a lip conditioner hydrant, and this is the only one that they have, so if you ask for this, they wouldn't give you something wrong. And I leave this to soak on while I'm doing my makeup, because that way when I get to my lips, which is usually the last step that I have, then my lips are, like they feel a lot more moisturized and like ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait about 3 to 5 minutes before I put on my makeup, because right now, since I just put on my primer, I want to give it time to soak into my skin so that it's not like rubbing off when I'm putting on foundation. That's really important. After you wash your face, put on your moisturizer, let it soak in for about 3 minutes, and then put on your primer. If you don't let these things, have a few minutes to themselves, they're all going to run into each other and it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. So I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Okay, so it's been about 3 to 5 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you everything that I do for my face. I'm showing you guys like a few different versions of things, and these are all things that I don't always do on a daily basis. It just kind of depends on what my skin looks like. Like, everybody wakes up and some days, your skin looks amazing, other days it doesn't. So I'm going to kind of show you, like, if I had like a full face of makeup on every day and I wanted to look perfect, this is what I would do. So you guys, okay, basically I have a bunch of different foundations. The one that I use the most is my NARS Sheer Glow, and this is the color Syracuse. I really like this one. I think personally that it looks the best on my skin, but I asked you guys which foundation you guys wanted me to like show you guys this routine on, and you said that you wanted to see it with my MAC Prolongwear. This is an NC42, but the thing is, both of these, if you notice, they're both very different looking. This one is extremely yellow, and the thing is, that's the problem with MAC foundations. It kind of depends. Like, if you are extremely yellow, that's perfect for you. Like, you would have, these would look great on you. But I'm kind of in between, or even more towards the pink side than the yellow. So if I want to look a little bit more yellow, then I use this. And this color right here, Syracuse, is a completely neutral color. It doesn't have pink or yellow. It's in between. So it kind of works for people if you want to just neutralize the colors in your skin rather than, look warmer or cooler. But with both of these shades, they only match me for my entire area that's below my eyebrows up until my chin. My chin has some pigmentation, as do most Indian people. So for those areas, my forehead and my chin, I use my Makeup Forever HD foundation in color 173. This looks so dark, but it actually ends up working out really well. This it shears out a lot more than you think it would. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you with my MAC Prolongwear. I just pump out like less than one pump, about that much. I use my MAC 130 brush. I think this is probably the most important part of this entire look. I think this brush just does an amazing job. In little round motions, I buff this on. I know this is like a stippling brush and most people stipple it on like that, but for my purposes that just takes way too long. So that's what I do. I think one of the most important things when you're doing foundation is to get like the crevices of your nose, because if you miss that, everybody can tell. It's so obvious. Okay. And then with whatever's left on my hand, which is not that much, I'm gonna go over my eyes. Just to kind of neutralize some of the darkness that I have. Now my pigmentation kind of begins all the way from this area, like in this little circle. So I'm going to show you some tricks for how to deal with that. Then I'm going to go and take my Makeup Forever HD foundation, which is this one. Pump out a little bit. This pump I don't really like too much because you can't like decide how much you want. It just kind of comes out. And I'm going to put that just on my chin region. And I'm going to carry it up here. Because I mentioned to you guys that my pigmentation goes all the way up to here. Make sure you get as close to your lips as possible. And then I'm going to do my forehead. Like that. Now the thing is, my chin and my forehead are the two areas of my face that really don't have acne scarring or any problem areas. So on a daily basis, if I don't want to put on 2 different foundations and take that much time to do it, then I'll just use my Studio Fix powder by MAC, which looks like that. I hope you guys can see that. This is also an NC42, and the thing is, though it's a powder, it's really full coverage, so it looks really good on. It looks just like liquid foundation, but it just doesn't take as long. Now the other thing that you can do, which I've been doing, is what I do as an extra step is I go back with some concealer. So first I'm going to take my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC42, and I'm going to take a 224 blending brush by MAC. I'm just going to pick up some, just that much, it doesn't even look like anything, and just go back over some problem areas. This probably seems like a bajillion steps, but this is just like if I wanted to look like absolutely 100% perfect. It's a good idea to go around your nose with concealer as well, because hormonally women tend to get really red in that region, but I feel like it's not very true for me. I don't tend to really get red in that area. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is you have 2 options. The thing is, if you have pigmentation in this area, if you use a foundation that's a little too light, you're going to look gray. Or if you use a color that's too dark, you're going to obviously look like these 2 areas of your face are dark, everything else is light. Or what you can do is just have a color that's like in between, so it's kind of evening out your skin color, but it's not making you look gray. Because for me, if I used this that I used in the other areas of my face on my chin, it would be completely gray. So what I'm going to do is that if you want to, you can do this. You need to take any concealer that you have that is more salmon-y pink color. So this is a MAC Prolongwear concealer in NW35. The other color that I really like a lot is my Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer in tan. And they're both really similar. They both are extremely pink, as you should be able to tell. So choose whichever one you want. I'm going to show you the MAC method, which I don't usually do, but you can absolutely do this one. For this method, I like to use a sponge, so I'm going to take like the tiniest bit and pump it into the sponge, like that much. And you're just going to dab it in all the pigmented areas of your face. So like right here, like through that entire region. And what this is going to do is going to warm you back up if you became a little bit gray. It's gonna bring this area back to life, not make you look like you're somebody from like a ghost story or like a horror movie. Just like so. Then I'm gonna take whatever's left and kind of push it through my forehead area as well. Like that. And then I'm gonna take this brush right here. This is by Makeup Geek. And I'm gonna just kind of smooth over the concealer that I just put on. Like so. So that's one thing you could do. Or the method that I usually do is I just take my Eve Pearl concealer in tan, and I take one of these 224 brushes by MAC, just pick up the tiniest bit and go just in the areas closest to my lips and down these two lines where the pigmentation gets really bad. So that's the fastest method. Then, of course, you're going to go back with concealer. This month I've been using a lot more of the Prolongwear just because I wake up really early every morning and I want to look alive. Then I'm going to take a 224 brush, pick up the littlest amount because this stuff is potent. You're going to put it in your entire under eye area. I like to take it up here through the bridge of the nose. My eyes have been so red lately. It is crazy. I don't even know why. Okay, like that. Look at the difference between both my eyes. Isn't that crazy? That's what concealer can do for you. And the thing is, like, after we put on powder and stuff, you'll see that, like, it looks a lot more natural. Just like that. And then with whatever's left on my brush, I'm just going to go through my eyes and just pop it right on top. This is not my primer, though. I will be using a normal primer when I do my eyes. Like so. You can just, use this throughout your face wherever you might need it. And then as far as powder goes, we have two options. For a normal day, I usually use my Mineralize Skinfinish by MAC in medium dark and a big fluffy brush like this. Or if you want to go for really full coverage, you can use a full coverage powder like the Studio Fix powder by MAC, NC42 for me, and put that all over. So again, I just take this big fluffy brush and just pop that all over my face. You don't have to cover or go over your concealer, or Prolongwear, sorry, that I did under my eyes, because that one doesn't require you to have to powder. And it doesn't crease at all, so it's awesome. I get so much fallout with this brush now, I don't understand why. Okay. And then what I like to do as my last step is take a spoolie and kind of brush out any powder that might have settled into your eyebrows, just so they don't look like they're gray. Like so. And that is it. That's what I do for my flawless base. The thing is, if you remember, foundation usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes to really sink into your pores and to look like skin. So right now it probably still looks like a lot of makeup, but if you give it that much time on your, your way to work or whatever, your foundation will look perfect. But that's what I do as of right now. So I hope you guys found this very helpful. And especially if you have pigmentation, I think this is an awesome, awesome way to take care of it. You don't have to feel like you need to look gray because there's nothing else to do. There absolutely is something you can do, and that is just to use a concealer that is more pinkish or salmon-y colored. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, I'll see you guys very soon. Bye! Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you liked it. And so I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye!